Hey, it's Ryan Thomas Dalton. Thank you for watching. I've wanted to make this video for a while, a video, an honest talk about the Sony 24-240. I had this lens in my cart for a long time. This is one of those lenses I thought about getting, and then I would read negative things, and then I decided I'm not going to get that lens. Then I'd read some good things and think, oh, it's really 50-50 out there of what you see about this lens. Let's talk about the negatives first. A lot of the time you hear how heavy this lens is. It's built solid. It's a heavy lens. In fact, it weighs 1.72 pounds, which still isn't a lot though. People make it sound like it's a boulder around your neck. It's 1.72 pounds. It's got some heft to it, but it's no heavier than say like a Rokinon Cine lens or, you know, a lot of other lenses. The Nikon and Tokina kit lenses, the 28-70s and stuff like that. Really no heavier than those, I'm pretty sure. But it's nothing gargantuan. As you can see in my hand, it's not that big and it's not that heavy. Secondly, people say it's not that sharp. Well, it's a super zoom. It is a 24-240 millimeters. So it's not a prime lens. It's not a nifty 50 that's this fast 1.8 aperture, 1.4, 1.2. In fact, at the wide end at 24 millimeters, it's 3.5. And when you send it out to 240, it's 6.3, which sounds a little slow, but you have to also consider this is on a full frame lens. So I've actually found it's not that terrible. In fact, even at 240 millimeters and f6.3, there actually is a little background blur. It looks pretty decent. And as you can see, even fully extended, still not huge. Definitely almost doubles the length of the lens, but ultimately not that big. The reason I finally decided to buy it and try it, I saw a video where someone said they used it on a wedding shoot. They also had with them some of the, you know, prime telephoto lenses. They had like a 200 millimeter, a 300 millimeter, and then they had a couple 70-200s. And they actually ended up using this lens the entire time. So I thought I'll take a chance on it, but I'm going to buy it on eBay. So I bought this used on eBay for just over $500, which is still a pretty good price. You can find it though if you shop around, which is cool. If you think about it, the Sony full frame kit lens, the 28-70, another decent mid-range type lens. Some people like it, some people hate it. Similar to this, and that's going for around $200, right? 28-70. Now this goes from 24, even wider, to 240, which is 4 times the length on the kit lens, and it's not 4 times the price. It's only a little over twice the price. So that's an interesting thought too. So for $500 some dollars, I bought this used, threw a UV filter on the end of it, and figured I would try it out. If I didn't like it, I could probably just about get my money back. So I gave it a whirl. Going back to the prime lens thing. So it's not as sharp and not as fast because primes are specialty lenses. If you're using a 50 or an 85 or something, usually they're going to be sharper. This lens isn't super sharp if you're pixel peeping. However, just as a lens, and here's why I like this lens. It looks good at 24. I've taken some really cool wide shots at 24. In fact, I'm going to show you a couple. This is one, a black and white I took of a bride and groom, and it looks really cool. It has a cool, just a cool wide angle shot to it at 24 millimeters. Here's another one of a bride at 24 millimeters with her father. Looks really cool inside the church, I thought. The color grading, the styling, all that, we won't talk about that. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. Another picture I like, here's the inside of a church. Now what's interesting, and this shows the range, when I took pictures of the bride and groom, instead of swapping lenses, I literally gave this a twist out to 240, and I'll show you a shot of the bride and groom at the altar, a couple shots maybe, and this is the same lens just at the far end of the lens. 24 was the inside of the church, 240, I haven't moved. I'm still in the back of this pretty big church, and now I'm right up on the bride and groom. And what I have found is what I read from that wedding photographer who said he used this lens almost exclusively. I've found that if you have one fast portrait lens, now this is just me, I'm just saying something I've found. If you have a 50, say you like the 50 or you like the 85, you take a fast lens for your portrait shots, close-ups, things like that, and then you bring this lens, and this is what I call the utility lens. This thing cleans up everything else from the really wide stuff right down the line. And you can even look online. I know there's a few places. I'll see if I can find it and post it in the video. It's maybe not perfectly accurate, but it shows the different apertures at the different focal lengths. But it's really nice. 3.5 is pretty fast at 24. You could even use it to take some shots of the stars. I've taken shots of the stars with the kit lens, the 28 3.5, and it's great. And this 24 significantly wider than 28 on a full frame. And then you've got everything else in between, right down the line. The 35, the 50, the 70, the 100, the 150, and the 240, all marked right here on the exterior of the lens. And so I will say this. I have since encouraged a lot of friends and fellow photographers who use a Sony system, the E-mount or the FE if they have a full frame, to try this lens out at least, if not just pick it up and put it in the kit. Because what I found, at least for me, again, this is my opinion, I know people get touchy about these things, it's not the perfect lens, but it's a jack of all trades. Hence why I said it's the utility lens. It's going to cover your wide end, and it's going to cover some serious telephoto at 240. Are there better options? Sure. Some people might be happy not spending the money. Just stick to the kit lens. I'm shooting on the kit lens right now, the 28-70. My buddy just bought the Tamron, the 28-75, I believe it is, 2.8 constant aperture, faster, really nice lens. Worth picking up, sure. This though, at 3.5, at 24 millimeters, all the way out to 240, 4 times what kind of a kit range lens will do. And it's amazing. I've done a lot. And I will say also, for shooting video, I have shot video on this lens too. And I wasn't sure what to expect. I really liked it. In fact, I shot some stuff in Niagara Falls, just was passing through there, traveling, wasn't specifically going to see Niagara Falls, stopped, shot some video just for fun, shot it in the 120 slow motion on the A7S II, and shot it all on this lens. The wide shots look really nice. I shot some telephoto stuff, and someone remarked, "Oh, that looks really good. What did you shoot it on?" I said, "What do you think I shot it on?" They said a tripod, jokingly. Ironically, no, this has OSS, so the stabilization is built right in. I wasn't even using the in-body stabilization. I was just using the lens stabilization. And even at the telephoto range, I could hold it still handheld. I didn't use a tripod at all. The stabilization works really nice. So is it the best lens? No. Is it the sharpest lens? No. Is it one of the most well-rounded jack of all trades kind of Swiss Army lens? Yes, definitely. That's what this is. So get your favorite lenses. Keep your nifty 50, keep your 85 if you like shooting portraits at 85 or 105 or 135. Maybe you've got a super wide 14 millimeter or something you like for astro shots. Sure, keep all those. But if you want that one utility lens that just fills in the gaps in everything else, this is a great option. I give it a thumbs up, and I don't keep it on the camera at all times. It's in my hand, and it wasn't on the camera before. I've got the kit lens on just because I've been shooting some YouTube videos. It's lighter and smaller. Like I said, this is just a little heavier than the body. This is 1.72 pounds, which is 780 grams. The A7S II is 627 grams. So the body is a little lighter than this. So if you pick up just the body of your full frame Sony, it feels just about like this, a little lighter than this lens. So again, not super heavy. Will it throw off the balance? Maybe if you don't like it. I've kept it around my neck all day. I've shot with it all day. It didn't bother me, but it is a little heavier than just a nifty 50 or the 28-70 kit lens. So I don't leave it on all the time. And a lot of times when I do have it on my Sony body, I'll hold the whole thing kind of by the lens rather than holding it by the body, because you can feel a little top heaviness with the lens. All in all, though, worth trying, and I don't think it deserves all the negativity it gets, although I understand where that comes from. I understand it's not the fastest lens. It's not the sharpest if you're going to pixel peep, but you can take some great photos, and it's just this all-around lens. If you're going somewhere and you just want to bring one lens and one body, I would totally bring this lens because it's not the best lens, it's not the sharpest, but it's everything. It's 24-240. So if you see an eagle, you know, send it out to 240 and try to get some shots, some wildlife shots, whatever. And if you want some cool landscapes or some interiors, the 24. So that's my honest opinion on the Sony FE 24-240. As always, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, give it a like. Hopefully we'll do some more videos soon. This is Ryan saying thanks for watching. I'll see ya.